Yes, see, we have done yesterday till delete. Let me repeat whatever we have done. And see, when you have to type present, you see your speed, all of your speed, very fast. And when I'm asking the question, that time you see slow motion typing, it's like that. Okay. So the very first thing is, see, all of you see again, because see, we will keep on repeating these things so that your doubt must be clear. You should feel like that we have done this type of question many times. Okay, so it will be a sort of your practice only. Try to repeat it by yourself. And if you are not having system, try to write it in the copy. Okay, fine. You can do one thing. Those who are having problem with the systems, like if it is not installed or whatever the thing is, at least you write these codes in your copy. Okay. I'll give you today another work and another table. Then with respect to that table, you are going to make this complete program. I hope in copy, nobody will be facing problem, right? Yes or no? You can type. Yes, and those students who are actually having problem with the health, they can do it later on. But remaining all of you, better at least you write so that at least you will be having practice of writing. Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, see. So let me repeat from the starting. We have imported this file because we wanted to establish connection between Python and MySQL. Then once we have installed this file, then we need this connect function. In connect function, we can pass total 4 arguments. The very first argument is local host name, which is localhost, then username, which is root, then third password. And then after this, even you can write your database name. It is your choice. We are generally using, because if you are writing database name over here, it means database must be created in your system. Okay. Then next is we have to create the cursor. So for creating the cursor, uh, mydb.cursor, and then we have created the cursor. Now whatever MySQL commands are there, everything you are going to write with MySQL mycursor.execute. Okay. First we have created the database. If it does not exist, then we are using that database, and after that we are creating the table again if the table does not exist. Then insert command. Insert command is for asking the values from the user and then to insert it. So you can use any variable over here. Okay, we are simply asking all the values. Once we have asked all the values, then our SQL statement is insert into sports values. Then whatever variables were there, instead of that, we will be writing here percentages. Okay, then we are making one tuple. In that tuple, same sequence we have to follow in which sequence we wanted to insert the values. So this first percentage S will be replaced by first variable. Then second percentage S will be replaced by second variable, and so on. Then in mycursor.execute, you can pass 2 arguments. First argument is your SQL statement and second is optional. Okay, sometimes it is not compulsory. Suppose if I wanted to write select asterisk from sports. So in that particular case, this val part, no need to give also, fine. And once we are writing any DML command means insert, update, delete. So that time it is compulsory to commit that command. Once it is committed, it means the information is saved permanently in your system. Then for update, what we have done, we are assuming that on the basis of SID, we are going to update. Okay, so what we are doing, we are asking 2 information. First is the SID, and second is we are asking the quantity part. So update sport set QTY is equal to percentage S, because this value we have asked from user, and where SID is equal to percentage S, and this value also we have asked from the user. So these 2 values we are writing in the form of tuple, then we are passing over here. Then in delete also same thing. In delete, we are going to delete a complete record on the basis of SID. This is what we are assuming. Then you can change. It's not like that always on the basis of SID. Even if you wanted to delete on the basis of something different, create another function and then you delete it. Fine. Here we are going to delete on the basis of SID. So for deleting, first we are asking the SID from the user. Then we are writing our query. Then for this percentage s, we are creating the tuple. If you wanted to create a tuple with a single value, it is compulsory that you have to write comma after the variable name. Okay, and then in the execute, you can write this. Then this is also committed. Now, two more different functions. First is display and second one is search. Now, display is nothing but your display all what we have done last time. See, it is with this we are going to display complete information of the table. So for that, first is we will be writing MySQL query. Query is easy. Select asterisk from sports. Okay, this is the first thing. Now see in this particular case, it is going to fetch all the information from the table. And once it has fetched all the information from the table, now we have to store this information somewhere else. So we are going to store it in any another variable. It is your choice. आपकी मर्जी है, कोई भी आप यहाँ पे वेरिएबल का नाम आप लिख सकते हो. And in this particular variable, your complete table information will be stored. ठीक है. See, last time also we have done, if we will print my result, it is going to print complete information in the tuple. Let me show you again so that it will be a revision also. And see, we yesterday I think we have deleted everything. So therefore we are going to insert again. Okay, the very first thing is, okay, and plus over here I was supposed to display print my result. And I'm sure you know the output also, but still we are going to insert few things first. Now see, first is for insert sports ID 1, equipment ball, quantity 20, then price 30, then again one choice, sports ID 2 this time, instead of ball, now it is bat, quantity 30, and suppose it is 150. Okay, then again we are going to insert sports ID 3. See what benefit you are getting, that it is in the form of a loop. In the form of a loop, you are giving all the information, fine? Suppose I'm writing here 10. Quantity 10, price 60. Then I'm writing one more last option. One more time I'm going to insert the value. Then sports ID, last time we have given 3. So here I'm giving 4. Then the name of the equipment, suppose I'm giving here tennis ball, quantity 40. Like this, football, basketball, so many things are there. Whatever you wanted to give, you can give. Now see, we wanted to display all records, so 4 choice. So see, we have written over here. First, we will see whether the information is inserted or not inserted over here in the table. Okay, if any problem is there, that we will see first. Use our database name was 12th IP only. So use 12th IP. Select asterisk from sports. Okay, see here it is created. So now in display, what we have done, my result is equal to, okay, we have not used fetch command. Fine, we were supposed to use fetch all also. So this we will not write over here. We will be writing first we have executed, then over here I will be writing, because ultimately you have to fetch the information first. My result is equal to my cursor dot fetch all. Okay, this is your command. Basically it is going to, and see, last time also I explained you that we will be having three functions: fetch one, fetch many, and fetch all. So if you are using fetch all, it is going to fetch all the information, it will store in my result. Then we are going to print the information. Now see, over here, directly I'm typing 4. You can see how it is showing the information. It is showing like this, a list. Inside that list, all the informations are shown in the form of tuple. Okay. See, you have to understand again step by step. Therefore, instead of printing the information like this, it is not in the table format. So what we can do, we can run a loop. Means every value of the list we wanted to print. So for I in my result, it means it is going to fetch every tuple one by one, and then we are printing every tuple. Means one tuple means one record. Okay, now if I will run this, you can see over here that it is going to print in the form of tuples. See, this is how it is printing in the form of a tuple. Now suppose I don't want in the form of a tuple, I want every value separately. So we have already discussed that you have to see that total 4 values were there. So you can derefer your tuple part also. Now how to derefer your tuple part? You can give indexes. I of 0 means first record, then your I of 1, next record, then your I of 2. Now see, we have so many varieties or so many different ways of printing the information. But here we will be discussing initially all the basic things. Now see, I of 3. Now if I will run, then you will see the difference. Now you can see it is completely in the form of a table. It is given over here. Even see later on, we will understand that how this spacing and all we can do properly. And because right now you will see that tennis ball, it was big. So these values must be also shifted in this direction, means towards the right side. Right? So how that we will do, that we will discuss later on. Okay, now the next thing is, this is completely done. Now the next thing is to search for specific value. See, now search for specific value is actually on the basis of a record, means SID. So first we will be asking any SID, and only that particular record we are going to display. So how it will be? First we need to ask the SID from the user. So SID is equal to integer input, and then again we are asking the information from the user. Enter sports ID. So user will give any sports ID. Then after that, we have to write the SQL query. So my SQL query is equal to select asterisk from sports, where SID is equal to percentage S. Okay, so now percentage S, because see, ultimately this is the value, this is the value that we are asking from the user. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to create a tuple with single value. So ultimately I'm passing this SID, and then remember whatever is this variable name, fine. This variable and this variable both are different. For making this very clear to you, I'm writing here S. So S only I will be writing here. Okay, otherwise in future you will be doing mistakes in this, means you will be confused. So better is to keep this in only in your mind. Okay, then once this is done, then what we need to do is we need to pass this to the function. So my cursor dot execute. Sorry, my cursor dot execute, yes. And then we need to pass SQL, comma, the value part. Okay, it will execute and one record it will be having. So what we have to do is, now we are going to use fetch one function. You can see from this line actually. Okay, so my result is equal to my cursor dot fetch one And in fetch one, again, nothing I'm writing. Now see, I'll print the value of my result first, then I'll show you that we will be not using loop actually. So I'll be showing you, we can use loop also, but I'll be showing you how it is going to work first. So print my result. Okay, fine. So this is your search one. Now see, if I'm using 4th, it is going to display all the records. Okay, now I'm going to use 5th option. In 5th option, it is asking me the search ID, and suppose I'm giving 3. So see, it is showing me the information of 3rd record only. It is not showing any other record. But again, you can see that it is showing me in the form of a tuple. Okay, this is what I don't want. So what I can do over here, see, just like this. We know first value will be stored in I of 0, then I of 1, I of 2, I of 3. So we can print it in a very systematic manner. For example, instead of this, I can write over here, SID is equal to the value of your. Now see, information is single tuple is stored in my result. So I can derefer this only with respect to tuple part. So square bracket 0. Okay, then after that, second type of information was name, quantity, price. So 4 times I'm going to copy and paste this. Then name. Then quantity. And after that, price. Fine. And over here, my result of 1. Because we know the sequence, my result of 2 and my result of 3. Now see if I will run this. 5th choice, sports ID 3. So now you can see how it is printing the information, fine. So this is how you can print, because it was a search for a specific value. So this is how you can print and you can see the answer. Anyone, any doubt up to here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So see, as you all have promised me that you all are going to write, fine. Those who can, who wanted to write, they can write. Those who wanted to type, they can type. Means if the software is working properly, then you are going to type. Otherwise, you have to write. And I'm giving you the table name. Now, with respect to that, you have to perform all these tasks, this complete work, fine. So the table name is very simple. I will be giving to you that we will be taking student only, your roll number, your name, your age, then your date of birth, and then your address. Okay, only this much is the information. You have to create a complete database. You have to create a table, and then you are going to perform all these 5 tasks. Means complete. Okay, it's not, it should not be like 1 or 2 work you have done and remaining all you have not done. Either you write or you type, any one thing, but do the practice. Practice is required. Clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then today you will be submitting me this. Then we will continue tomorrow, and tomorrow then we will discuss few more topics in this. Then our this particular chapter will be over. This particular chapter means the part that this particular topic, connectivity between Python and MySQL. Okay, then good day all of you.